This is Mike, and just like you, he ended up here after YouTube suggested this video. But wait, let me go back. Mike loves books. He doesn't always have the time to read though. Still, he's always on the lookout for summaries of books that could help him improve personally and professionally. And today, YouTube suggested he watch this summary on how to go from good to great. Exciting, right? Unfortunately for Mike though, part of the book focuses on enterprises, and he's not that interested in learning about multi-billion dollar companies. Fortunately for Mike, today's summary will focus on the aspect that can help him become a better leader. Do you want to join us? A while back, I saw a quote with the following question: what do you call a leader who makes sure that his employees are not overloaded and overworked? The answer is one in a million. Whether or not you find it funny, you have to agree this is somewhat of a good description and accurate one of what leadership is today. The basic concept of a leader should be though someone who can see how things can be improved and who rallies people to move toward that better vision. And in the book Good to Great, Jim Collins takes this even further and he creates the concept of a good to great leader. So what makes a great leader? First of all, a great leader smashes the like button on this video. And of course this is a joke, but I'll really appreciate it if you hit that like button. If a group of people was asked to name a successful CEO, most of them will probably mention celebrity CEOs like Elon Musk or Tim Cook or Jeff Bezos. The attention given to the media to these CEOs and the impact they have on the social media leads people to think that they're the greatest leaders. However, during his research, the author found that some of the most great leaders of the most successful companies in the world are less like Elon Musk and more like Rodney McMullen. And you might be thinking, Rodney who? He's the CEO of Kroger. Raised on a farm, he was the first in his family to go to college, and he began his career at Kroger as a part-time stock clerk. He does not have a strong presence on social media, and you won't see his face in the news regularly. However, he runs the largest supermarket chain and the second largest general retailer in the US. On the other hand is somebody like Lee Iacocca. In the late 70s, he left Ford to be Chrysler CEO, where he took the company on the brink of bankruptcy to 3x returns in the general market. But with his success, he soon became more focused on growing his personal brand rather than Chrysler. At the time, you could see him everywhere from TV shows to newspapers. He even wrote an autobiography, and believe it or not, he even thought of running for president. Sounds like somebody you know? The world, of course, has a funny way of paying back things, and the second half of his time as a CEO, Chrysler's stock fell by 31%, and although the company was performing below standard, the CEO refused to step away. He ended up leaving the company in the early 90s, and the company eventually had to be bought out by Daimler-Benz. So you see, great leaders are not egotistical, and if they fail, which happens to anyone, they are humble enough to pass the torch and let someone else lead the company because they understand the success of a company is a priority over their personal success. Now, there are a lot of different leaders and managers, and to help you distinguish them within an organization, the author created a 5-level classification. Level number 1, a highly capable individual contributor. This manager will make productive contributions through his talent, his knowledge, his skills, and good work habits. Level number 2, a productive team member who will contribute to the achievement of the group objectives and work well with other team members. Level number 3, an effective manager. This leader will organize people and resources toward an effective and efficient pursuit of the predetermined objectives. Level number 4, a leader who can inspire other people and achieve greater performance than what's expected. And level number 5, a level 5 leader will build enduring greatness through a unique combination of humility and drive. A level 5 leader will always funnel personal ambition into company success. Okay, so how can you tell a great leader from a common leader? Great leaders, for example, exhibit level 5 leadership, personal humility coupled with professional drive. While common leaders are often egotistical, they're charismatic, but they're eager to credit themselves and blame others. Good to great leaders groom successors so that their companies stay successful after they depart. They mentor people. While common leaders often feel threatened by other managers' rise, so they don't devote as much time educating their successors or preparing the company for the next step. Good to great leaders usually emerge from within the company, while common leaders are often brought in from other companies and aren't as familiar as the specific company culture. Good to great leaders give credit to the other colleagues for the company's success, while common leaders tend to take on themselves for the company's success. So you see, it may be difficult to acquire some of these traits as they're often a result of one's life and work experience. However, if you put enough effort into it, you can learn them and become a good to great leader yourself. What trait do you think you need to work on the most? Let me know in the comment section below. Jim Collins believes that people can generally be divided into what he calls foxes and hedgehogs. Foxes are very knowledgeable and constantly learn new ways to hunt down their prey. Hedgehogs, however, have one single skill, something as simple as curling up into an untouchable ball of spikes. It doesn't matter how clever the fox may be. The one skill hedgehog have a capability to survive any attack. Good to great leaders are hedgehogs. They look at a complex world and produce simple but effective solutions that provide a steady guide to their companies. So how can you develop your hedgehog mindset? To start with, imagine a Venn diagram composed of 3 circles. Circle number 1. What can I do better than anyone else in the world? Rather than focusing on what you can do well and what you should be doing, focus on what areas you could lead the world. If you cannot be the best in the world at a specific area, you cannot be a hedgehog. And remember, it doesn't have to be that you're the bestest right now. It means that you're at least working towards improving your potential in that specific area. Circle number 2. What is my economic engine? Good to great companies can perform extremely well regardless of what industry they're in. These companies will often use a measuring tool or economic denominator such as profit per X and align their strategy around that economic engine. A common sense economic denominator for a supermarket, for example, or any retail company is profit per store. This would allow them to align the company's strategy around their economic engine. The same applies to good to great leaders. They analyze what areas in their life bring the highest return on investment and align their strategy around that. Circle number 3. What is my profound passion? Rather than making profit the only goal, good to great leaders pursue courses of action that inspire their people. They try to choose opportunities that will get their team excited and motivated. For example, when you look at Apple's approach to their products, they've always been focused on inspiring their customers and their own team. In the intersection of all these 3 circles lies your hedgehog concept. This is a deep understanding of where you can play, win, and make profit. Now, as you build your hedgehog concept, you might feel like you're not the best at anything or you don't have a true passion. That's okay. Most good to great leaders at some point in their lives were not the best in the world at anything, but they worked towards it, and now it's your turn. So you see, Mike, you're closer to becoming a great leader than you thought. Work towards it, and one day you might be mentioned in one of these videos as an example of a great leader. It all depends on you. And in Jim Collins' words, the good to great leaders never wanted to become larger than life heroes. They never aspired to be put on a pedestal or become unreachable icons. They were seemingly ordinary people quietly producing extraordinary results. And if you like this video, you're absolutely gonna love what's coming out next week. There's a new video coming out each and every week summarizing some of the best books and some of the best ideas in productivity, in personal finance, in self-development. So click on the subscribe button, go out there, be a great leader, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.